Hey everyone, my name is Nathan Payne. Welcome back to another episode of Blu Ocean Crypto. So today I want to take a look at the last two recent updates to Mavia and go through their patch notes because there's actually some hidden stuff in there that I think a lot of people might not have realized that they've snuck into the game, and it gives us a glimpse at what's to come. Also, we now have the three new troops. We've got Helicopter, Phage, and Thyra. This is awesome. Of course, I'm going to be doing lots of different tests, figuring out new army comps, new strategies, so definitely stay tuned for videos on that. But we also got the Boomkart fixed. So I want to jump right into these patch notes, give you guys my insight and opinion on what some of this means, when we might get it, what it's going to look like. And then, of course, we'll jump in game and take a look at some of these new characters.
I want to play.
Okay, so if you actually go to the version history right here on the App Store, you can kind of break this down a little bit easier. So we can see for 2.3.0, this is when the Ruby Marketplace came live. They talk about decorations around the base, color skins, Inferno, Candy, and Super Mavian. So we only seen the Super Mavian, so this kind of gave away that there's two more. There's going to be an Inferno and there's going to be a Candy set. So both of those sound pretty awesome. Increased gold production statue. Now this one in particular caught my eye because this is actually the reward from the very first staking season that ever existed for the Mavia land. And I should say soft staking season, actually. All us landowners have been waiting a very long time for this because we didn't get any advantage in the beginning. We all thought we were going to get it when the game started. It's going to help us push ahead, but we didn't. Looks like they added in the ability for us to have it. So I think this is going to be just around the corner because obviously they've added it in the game. I was really excited to see that. They do talk about how the three new characters are here, but they weren't actually available. So they simply added them into the game. They just weren't unlocked. Also, they added the option to turn off VFX for lower devices. I think this is trying to help with some of the issues, the iOS issues, the crashing, the overheating. Honestly, guys, this game is an intense game. You know, it's fully 3D models. They wanted to work on all devices, but generally, the newer device you have, the better performance you're going to get. That just makes sense. Kind of similar with gaming PCs, right? They talk about show available constructions, ability to instantly finish a building's upgrade with Sapphire. Yep. Boomkart's pathing. So this was the big one that changed, and I'll talk about this in a little bit. Dodges, sounds, character bouncing, train unit screen, user panel pop-up. Don't miss Ruby pop-up. I haven't seen that one yet, but I wonder if it's like an hour or two before the Ruby reset, you get one of the notifications. That's my guess. They talk about the laboratories UI, and that is really cool. It looks yellow when they're max. My base UI, RGB and VFX textures, improve battle performance, performances on iOS, so they are helping with the iOS stuff, and Mira sounds. Cool. But this one, which just dropped, so you can see here they've added the characters. So we've got Thyra, Helicopter, Phage, changed the default graphics settings to medium. That's interesting. Changed shield images in the shop. We'll take a look at that when we jump in game. Updated texture sizes. Updated hero skins when visiting. This is cool. This just means when you're visiting someone's base, you can actually see their skin better. Update battle result UI. That's going to be cool. I wonder what they did there. Reset material of death VFX, improve Boomkart targeting again, and fix marketplace bugs. So let's just jump right into the game. Now, you guys are going to see this from a lot of videos that I do in the near future, but basically the main thing with the Boomkart is it's going to go to a wall with a building or structure behind it that's nearest to it. So that's kind of the default. Now, if there's trash behind the first layer of wall that you destroy, it will go to the next layer of wall, but you need to destroy all the trash. There's another thing that's true. When you destroy a 3-wall segment, it will go to the next layer. So there's those two variables. If there's trash behind the wall, it'll still go to that first layer. So I'll give you an example here, actually. This is easier. If all of these were destroyed, the 3 gold collectors and the 2 turrets, then my Boomkart would go to the second layer in the wall. If any of these trash buildings behind the first layer of wall is still up, it will still go to the first layer. But then there's a second caveat. You also need a 3-wall segment open for it to go. So there's those two things you got to keep in mind. Is the trash behind the first layer removed? And do I have a 3-wall segment done? gone. Cool. Those are the two main things. So let's take a look in the laboratory here. So we can see I'm already researching my phage. Looks like Thyra is max level at level 1 at HQ7. I believe phage will go up to 6 at HQ7 and helicopter will go up to 3. So if we just open her up here, we can kind of see we've got recruit cost 50, hit points. She's like a mix between the striker and a brute, essentially. The phage, this is probably my favorite new troop. What it is it goes after storages and collectors. But what I love about the phage is when you mix it in with an army like brutes and blazes and rangers, now all of a sudden your whole army is sweeping through the base very cleanly. You know how before when you'd use brutes and blazes and like you'd finish the base and then you have to backtrack and destroy all the trash? Yeah, the phages make it so you don't do that. You're destroying all the collectors and storages with all the defenses. It's just a much smoother experience. You guys have seen me talk about this in a lot of my strategies about how important it is to have that army kind of clean sweep through the base at a consistent rate. Phages really make this a much more smoother process, which is why I think they're my favorite so far. And then the helicopters. Now, helicopters are interesting because you gotta watch out for anti-air, right? You have to be careful. If anti-air is there, it's just gonna wreck them. So the timing of deployment is going to be very important on these. I think they're going to be a little more nuanced compared to some other troops. I think it's going to be harder for people to master these, but I think they're going to be extremely powerful when used appropriately. It's just going to take a bit of practice. You're going to have to look to take out anti-air. It almost reminds me of my 6-6-6 strategy with the 6 whales, 6 boomkarts, 6 skyfires, where I would use my ground troops to try to punch in, get 2 anti-airs, and then finish with the air. I kind of feel like that's what I would want to do with these guys. I'd want to have my ground force punch in to take out 2 anti-airs. Now, instead of coming over the top of my army with my air attack, I would come in to support my ground army with the helicopters. Something like that might be a viable strategy that works. So I'm really excited to get in and test a lot of these troops. I'm going to try a bunch of different attack strategies, figure out if the meta's really changed too much or what this means for all of us.
I want to play.
Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, be sure to use creator code GROTH. You just got to head over to your settings. I'll show you guys where that is for anyone new watching the channel. You just head over here where it says creator code. You just hit the button, type in GROTH, and then any in-app purchases you make, 20% of that revenue goes to me, and we use all the proceeds to go back to giveaways and events for our alliance at Mavia. It's a ton of fun. Okay, we'll see you all in the next video. Thanks so much, and take care. Cheers.